journey. Um, I finished my 1.5 miles and I've got my drink, my apple cider vinegar drink, and I am on baby watch, you guys. I'm going to be a grandmother for the first time. So if you have positive uh, thoughts and prayers and you want to put mama and baby on the prayer list or the positive thoughts list, I would appreciate that. I had a message from my son at about 5:20 this morning saying that they were going into the hospital. And as of now, she is still in active labor, and I haven't heard anything yet. So I'm very excited about this. Now, as far as sharing photos and things like that, as much as I would love to do that, my son is in the Marine Corps and I respect his privacy and that of the baby. So unless mama shares pictures, I will probably not be sharing pictures unless I'm in the pictures. It's just one of those things where I kind of want to respect their boundaries. And as far as social media, people are so open about things. I don't mind being open because I'm an open book. I'm at that point, where I don't really care and I kind of work for myself. So it's not really affecting how people are looking at me as far as if they wanted to hire me or something like that. So I just wanted to put that out there that I am so happy about this news. I'm really hoping that she has an easy labor. Uh, my first child, I went into actually my water broke on the last day of work. I was supposed to, in my head, I had about 2 weeks. I figure out 10 days of maternity leave, prior to baby being born. That should be plenty of time. Nope. Last day at work, my supervisor had taken me out to lunch and everything, and I got back and my I was leaking. It was just one of those things where it was kind of weird. It was like, well, I'm not pissing myself or anything. I'm just kind of leaking. And then I kept on going through pads and pads, and I kept on going to the bathroom. And I'm like, yeah, I think my water broke. But it wasn't like like in the movies where it's like a big whoosh or anything. It was just this slow leak. And so I remember going up to my boss and going, I think my water broke. And she freaked the fuck out. I mean, she was like, what? Oh my God, what do we do? What do we do? We have to make a phone call. Do you need me to call him? Do you need an ambulance? I was like, no, I don't need an ambulance. I was like, I'm just letting you know. I'm like, I don't feel any labor pains. I could actually, I think I could finish out my shift because I was only like a half an hour from the end of day. And she's like, oh no, you're getting, you're getting out of here. I was like, all right. Luckily at the time, my sister was, and I were working at the same place. So she was my ride. Um, so yeah, that was kind of funny. And then about 11 hours into labor, I stopped dilating. So I stopped at 6 centimeters, and we waited. And because my water had broken, and they were afraid of a dry birth, and I felt at that point that I had to push. So the doctors were like, "Don't do that. Don't do that. You're going to hurt yourself. You might hurt the baby, and all that." And I went in for a cesarean. So the first one was a cesarean. The second one, they didn't really give me an opportunity. They were like, "No, you're going in for a cesarean. We're scheduling you." And I was like, "Nope, I want the baby to determine its birthday." And and they're like, "Well, we don't recommend that." And he was another one that came about 10 days before his due date. So he did, in fact, determine his own birthday. And it's kind of funny because I wanted to try. They wouldn't really they weren't recommending it, and I wasn't standing up for myself as far as that. And they said, "Well, your first one, he was a smaller baby. This one's about a pound bigger." And it was like, "Oh, well, all right." So the second one was a cesarean, but my third one was a natural birth. So you just never know what's going to happen. But I haven't heard anything yet as far as news. I'm just checking my phone right now to see if I have any new messages. Kind of funny because my son is he's using Discord instead of sending me like a regular text message. It goes, so this was at 5:41 in the morning. Morning, Mom. We are at the hospital now. And I went, labor or Braxton Hicks? He goes, labor now, just chilling. That was at 7 o'clock. So I'm still waiting to hear back. Um, who knows? I mean, this is her first child, and it could be an all day thing. But I am praying for their health and their safety. And my son, my middle son, uh, I call him my heartburn. He's like one of those kids who was probably too smart for his own good. I mean, just a smart aleck mouth and everything, and just a holy terror. But when he was sweet, he was so super sweet. And this to me feels like sweet, sweet revenge because once this baby girl comes into the world, his life will be forever altered. He has no idea. And I'm just one of those people where I won't tell you I told you so, but I'm gonna be laughing my ass off. And so this is going to be fun for their journey, this new leg in their life journey. So I just wanted to keep this really short and sweet. Good morning, Nita. I saw your live stream. I thought you did awesome, and I don't give a shit about the clicking pen. That doesn't matter. The fact that you are on and talking, um, that I think that's huge. And I have to tell you, I think you're doing a hell of a lot better than I ever did when I first started. I'm still awkward. I still feel not exactly comfortable. I'm getting better. So it's kind of, in a way, faking it because I hate sitting here by myself talking to my camera and just seeing myself because I'm sitting there going, oh, yeah, maybe I should have done my hair or something like that. But I mean, I really just got back from my run. I watched your live stream. I got my drink ready and changed my shirt because I think I was in yesterday's shirt. So, there's so much to do today. And I don't know that I can concentrate because I keep looking at my phone, hoping that I'm going to hear some news or see some pictures. And I don't know. I am curious to know how you guys feel about sharing social media, especially since we are so immersed in social media. When it comes to sharing other people's pictures, because again, that's kind of a privacy for me, a privacy thing. Now, again, I don't mind if my family and friends share photos of me, old photos even. I think that's fun and stuff, but that's my choice, and I think that they would respect it if I told them that they needed to take it down. But when it comes to our children, I don't care how young or old they are, if they're grown people and stuff, at some point they are responsible for their own things, their own decisions. And if they choose to keep a private account, then who am I to take any of those photos that they might share? As much as I love them and as much as I want to share them with my world, it's not my place to. So, I mean, honestly, I ask, when I've shared pictures of my kids now, especially, um, I ask permission, and I wonder how many people do that. I think it's important to have those boundaries. But again, I just wanted to keep this really short and sweet. We are about 10 minutes into this thing. Nita, what are you saying here? I won't share someone else without consent, even if my kids are in it. Yeah, it's one of those things. I don't know. For me, I don't know if it's because I was in newspapers. Uh, I was the coordinator. I was the supervisor of the obituary department, but I also did the classifieds pages layout, and I was kind of the second to last person to see a lot of these pages before they went to print. Obviously, the last person was the one um, putting them on the presses, but as that goes, when it came to even obituary photos and things, uh, some people were putting on because they didn't have pictures of their loved ones. They were using like the driver's license photo or a passport photo. I'm like, oh, come on. That'll be another discussion. That'll be another discussion because I am completely for prepping for the day that nobody likes to talk about. But today is a celebration of life. And here's the crazy thing. She said her due date was December 23rd, and it is December 23rd. How, when does that happen? Have they gotten really that good at these due dates? Uh, I don't know. Or maybe I'm just weird because mine, I think all three of them were exactly 10 days before the due date, which was kind of odd. With the first one, it was, oh, thank God, I'm finally giving birth to this thing that's been incubating in my body. Second one, same thing, 10 days before. By the third time, I was just like, yeah, we're going to go in a little early. And everybody's like, no, you're not. I was like, yeah, we are. It's just my track record. Um, but let's see. Nita says they nailed it on your third. That's cool. Thank goodness I am way past having babies and way past even having cravings for babies. You probably know what I'm talking about if you've seen these cute, adorable, like fat, drooling little humans, and you just want to eat their cheeks and munch on their feet and they go, oh, I want one. It's almost like you look at a puppy in a window and you want to take it home. And I'm way past that. I'm like, oh man, am I going to be one of those grandmothers? I don't think so. I'm going to be baking cookies and taking this child and any future grandchildren to Disney and camping or boating and all that fun stuff that I did when I was kind of growing up and experiencing have to have those experiences. I didn't have a grandmother that baked cookies or spent that much time with us. I want to be the grandmother that I didn't have that I always wanted. Anita says, "I am so fucking over having my own." Ha. Yeah. Well, you've got a handful. Somebody told me after I had my third one that I shouldn't have more kids than hands. I'm like, really? You telling me this now? And of course they said it in jest. All of my kids are great, and even my third one, my baby is engaged. So I'm waiting to hear from them because they basically said, "Oh, we're just going to have a simple ceremony and this and that." And I'm like, "Am I like not invited or uninvited?" They're like, "No, it's just going to be a ceremony." I was like, "Yeah." My middle one did that. And I was like, ah, man, that sucks. I wish I could be there. I wish we were all close, but we're not. So we do what we can and we stay in touch through social media. I think that's been a saving grace. Just being able to do that. However, I will not have an Alexa or a Siri in my house. It's bad enough that I have cell phones and a webcam that's probably watching us in the night. Uh, yeah, I'll put on my tinfoil hat later. But really, that's about it. I am going to sign out of here. I am broadcasting from HAPS. If you don't know what HAPS is, it is a live streaming service similar to StreamYard. Many differences, but it's kind of cool because unlike StreamYard, it has a built-in community. So people are in here, they're interacting. There are a lot of things. I found yesterday that I was only getting comments from Facebook from people who are already joined here. So if you are not a member of HAPS, I'm probably not seeing your comments, and I will check on YouTube and Facebook and interact with you guys a little bit later. And let me see. And similar to Farmville. Nita, you think that HAPS is similar to Farmville? Am I reading that right? Interpreting that right? Um, so what am I doing today? Besides baby watch, I've got to get more writing done. I've got to get some lettering. I've got a couple more pages of lettering to do. I'm still looking for fonts, which is kind of a pain in the butt. I mean, that's a lot more time consuming than I thought because in my head I already had a couple of fonts figured out, but then there are some issues with the fonts where it's not. I don't know. I have to go in there and tweak it, and just the idea of maybe going in there and putting the tops and bottoms on some of the eyes is like, oh man, that feels like work. Nita, the coin system bugs the shit out of me. Why? Begging for spam and bullshitters. You need to come on here and talk to me about that because I feel like procrastinating right now. I don't feel like going to work. I mean, I work from home, so I'm available 24/7. But if anybody is tuning in and you want to pop in for a quick chat, you are more than welcome to. Um, Let me just pop in here on Facebook and see what the heck. Uh, so Glenn B. Fleming is on Facebook. He says, "Hey, Grandma, not yet, not yet." And thank goodness it's not on my birthday, okay? Because I mean, I know everybody celebrates my birthday, but come on, they say in movies that actors uh, they don't like working with children and animals because they get all the attention. It's true. I'm like, Brett, this is my birthday. You stay off of it. Kind of sucks that it's that close to Christmas, though, being a holiday baby. So, Donna Carleen is Aunt Donna. She says, "Congrats, Grandma." Not yet, not yet. And Glenn says, "Don't show the photos." Grant, good morning to you. Cameron, Christopher Payne, happy holidays to you. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and all that good stuff. Donna, okay, so I am on Facebook right now. I'm reading these messages because again, these messages are not coming through on HAPS because uh, you're not members of HAPS, but that's okay because I check it on Facebook as well. So right now I'm on a different screen. I'm not seeing what's going on in HAPS. So Donna Carleen says, "I don't share children's photos unless it's an Amber Alert." Good idea. Who knows what kind of creeps are following me? Exactly. I mean, that's another thing. We have to be kind of careful and aware of what we're sharing out on our social media. Um, I'm sharing. I do share photos of my kids when they're babies, um, because they're grown men now. I mean, my youngest is 22, so I think that's okay. Um, and I kind of live to embarrass them now, so it's kind of fun for me. Grant says, "Have a wonderful day. You do too." Donna, you have a great day. Thank you for tuning in to this. I'm just, what am I here for? I'm just kind of blabbing for the sake of blabbing because I really enjoy this platform. I really do, and I find that I want to pop on here and see what everybody else is doing And it's not even so much the coins. It's more of finding or maybe rediscovering a community that I'd lost touch with through Blab and Periscope. And on Periscope I wasn't all that active, but I would tune in and I would see them cross streaming over onto Twitter. So it's kind of a quiet. I was quiet in that community, but I was aware, and it's neat to see a bunch of people from then. It's almost like a family reunion in a way. Um, but that's it. I'm out of here. Nita, I'm glad you're tuning in. I think you did a fantastic job on your live stream. I hope that you continue to do that. If you find that you're having a rough day live streaming by yourself, call me. I will get on with you. I do think it's a lot easier when you have two people who can kind of have a conversation together instead of sitting here by yourself um, reading comments. That's not my bag. Speaking of, a guy who sits and does very well with promo and reading comments and interacting with his audience is Brian K. Morris. And today happens to be Wednesday. So never mind, the furthermore is happening right now. If you want to head over to YouTube, look up Brian K. Morris and tune in. On that note, you guys, I am on baby watch. I've got my phone charged up. I am getting ready to get out of here, get some work done, and tune in to the shenanigans that's happening over there. Never mind the furthermore. Oh, tonight is yeah, it's Wednesday. I will be sitting with Daphne Lage, Varian Grant, and Randy Zimmerman on Indie Volt Geekgasm. I wonder if the Indie Princess will be there, Ms. Lola, with her shoe cam. The girl wears like 10-inch platform shoes. I will never do that, but I will sit in when she needs me. On that, you guys, Indie Volt tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. Never mind the furthermore right now. Take care. Have a happy holiday. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. And if you don't celebrate, just be kind and gracious. It only takes a little bit of effort. On that note, you guys, have a great day.